Okay, English 12 for Tuesday, April 21st. So we're continuing with Their Eyes Were Watching God. Hopefully you saw the note I put on for the last assignment. You just needed to read the first part of that chapter. It was a very long chapter, I apologize. And the second part of the chapter really wasn't doing much. So if you haven't done the assignment already, just read the first part that talks about the mule story. Okay, so that was your previous assignment, was to just kind of paraphrase the story about the mule in town and tell me what you thought, the lesson they were trying to teach or the main point of that story. Okay, so I've only graded a few of them, but for the most part, people saw or were seeing what I wanted them to see, so that's a good thing. So again, there is no right or wrong answer, so if you haven't done that one yet, just try your best. Okay. So the focus for this reading, we're going to read chapters 7 and 8. They're short-ish, okay? So our focus is going to be Janie finally snaps, and in chapter 7, and then in chapter 8, we're going to see Jody is kind of suffering at this point, okay? So just to kind of put things in perspective, Janie is somewhere probably between 35 and 40 at this point. I think she mentions that they've been married for about 20 years now. So I think they first got together when she was about 17. And then, of course, Jody's about a decade older or so. So I think they tell us in this reading today he's almost 50. All right. So the only materials we really need for this assignment is the text itself. Okay. And then, as always, I got a couple of prompts for you to respond to. All right. So just respond to these two prompts and provide evidence from anywhere in the novel. It doesn't necessarily have to be from these two chapters. Okay. And you just need to tell me, you don't need to have specific quotes or anything like that. All right. So as you're reading chapter 7, think about all the things that Janie has been through, how she grew up, what her nanny did for her before she died. Okay. Her choice to run away with Jody, and kind of how their, marriage has been since they came to Eatonville. Okay. So yeah, at this point in the novel, why do you think Janie finally snaps on him? Okay, and you'll see some examples in the text for today. But again, you can use examples from anywhere in the novel. It doesn't necessarily have to be just this one, although there's more than enough in chapter 7. Okay, and then in chapter 8, tell me how Jody has both been, someone to look up to. In the black community, I got another typo there, in the black community, and kind of how he's failed as a man. So just tell me one example of each. So again, you might be able to find a couple from just this chapter, but think back to our previous chapters as well. Okay, so that's it for today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.